What's up YouTube, this is LDS Reliance. If you've watched very many of my videos, you've seen my shed multiple times. It's kind of the heart of my prepping, it's the heart of my solar panel system, it's the heart of most of the things that I do. And so recently I've gotten some comments asking for some updates on some things I've done with my shed, or just for a tour of it. So without further ado, I want to take you on a tour of what I've got going on in my shed for 2016. So let's just go ahead and go inside, and then we'll go outside afterward. So if you watch the construction video, it's a roughly 9 feet tall on the sides, and about 10 feet tall in the middle, from the ground anyways. And it is 8 feet by 12 feet. So it's not huge. As you can see, I've got a loft built in on both sides, so that's for storage. This side I've got all of my camping stuff. Not really any of my prepping stuff. This is all just camping stuff for the most part. And I've over time I've built a few little shelves here and there to hold some things, you know, from propane and you know, fertilizer to bug spray and so forth. I got some gas over here for my mower and so forth. I got all the lawn equipment, gardening equipment, all that kind of stuff is stored in here. You can see over here, if you've watched my free heat videos, this was the last free heater that I built a couple years ago. I'm not sure what I'm going to do with it, but I'm still keeping it hanging out over there. Me and my wife's bikes hang up over here. My little daughter's trike, our son's, you know, I don't need to go through all that stuff. That's boring stuff. The stuff that you guys probably care about, I do run this air conditioner out here. This is not insulated or anything like that, but I have an extension cord that I've run from the house over here that I can run this air conditioner. You might be asking why I would do that instead of running it off of solar. And that's so that I don't run down the batteries. And as you've seen in numerous videos, it is extremely difficult to run air conditioning off of solar, and I just do not have the amount of panels that it would take to run that very long. Over here, this is one of the converters that converts from my 24 volt solar panel system to 12 volt, which powers these corncob lights. Some of you may have not ever seen these, but most LEDs only project light in a specific direction, but these corncob lights, because they have LEDs all over them, they'll go 360 degrees. So that's why I have those. They're kind of nice. So that's the lighting that I have in here. Those are the only two lights, except for an exterior light, which you may have seen me install recently. I have a motion activated floodlight on the exterior. And all these lights are powered directly off of the solar. The only thing that's not powered off the solar is the air conditioner, and occasionally the refrigerator when I need to use that for an extended period of time. I can run that air conditioner off of the solar, but I choose not to. So over here I have a 24 volt inverter. These are somewhat rare, but this can convert directly my 24 volt solar panel charge to 110 volt household power. So if I were to want to run my refrigerator, I could try to run it off this. I don't remember if it does or not. I don't think it does, but that's what that's for. I can plug in my power tools to charge here, whatever I want to do. And this switch flips that on and off. Here, this is the voltage of my battery bank. Currently the sun's still shining, so it's a little bit over what it normally sits at. It normally sits, you know, low 25s. Outside, I guess I need to discuss the solar panels since I keep referring to them. I don't know if we're going to be able to see them, but yeah, you won't be able to see on top, but there's 4 of these 145 watt DM solar panels on the roof there. You can actually see the top of them peeking up and over right there over the top of the shed. Now they're facing south and they get really good sun exposure here in Texas. So that's the heart of the system, is those 4 solar panels for a total of 600, almost 600 watts. Actually, it's a little over 600 because a couple of them are 158 watts instead of 145, but that's neither here nor there. So 600 watt solar panel system. The wires come in through the roof and get collected into this combiner box right here. And they pass through a 20 amp fuse, which is, you know, that's all that I can't produce quite 20 volts at 20 amps at 24 volts. So that's why we've got that. So the solar panels are wired through the roof in these little holes. They come down and get combined into this combiner box, where the strings are combined together, and then they exit out, go down and around and into my Morningstar TS60 charge controller. This is not an MPPT controller, it is a PWM controller, but it meets my needs just fine, and it does handle 24 volt systems, so that's why I have that in play. And from there it goes down and into it does not go through this yet, it comes down and into the battery box, which I've shown in numerous other videos. I won't show you that. It's just 2 rows of batteries similar to this one, and those are wired in series and parallel, and then you come out and through this breaker into this load center, and then gets distributed to the house. And the power runs outside through these conduits, underground, over into that load center, and then into the house through the attic. So that's how I get power into the house, and then I can also use power in here. I've got one of these circuits is powering the pump for my garden. As you've seen probably recently in some of these videos, I have a watering system that waters my garden over there. And I have my lights, I have my inverter, I've got plenty of power that I need here in this shed. Like I said, I've got a refrigerator, got my propane storage, other fuels such as briquettes for my smoker. Up here I've got various things for different projects. I'm gonna work someday on a carbonator, so I've got a CO2 tank, got a bunch of goodies in that box that are top secret. I got this floodlight that I'm gonna wire up, a bunch of different stuff. So anyway, that concludes basically the tour. I don't know what else you guys want to see. I guess if you haven't watched my most recent videos, this is the system that powers that converts the power and the timer to power the pump that waters my garden. So if you haven't seen that, check that out. This will be eventually, I'm going to put a bunch of gauges similar to that so that at a glance I can tell the health of my system. I've had that in the past. I used to have, my system was over here, I had a bunch of gauges, amp meters and volt meters and different things like that. So that's what that's going to be for sometime. Anyway, hopefully that has shown you guys what I've got going on. Oh, I do have rain catchment on this shed. You may have noticed that I've got gutters on here. They collect down and into this container. If you haven't watched my rain catchment videos, check it out. This is an IBC tote that collects, it's over 250 gallons. I can't remember exactly how much. And that's for water storage for, you know, if the crap were to hit the fan, that would be, we could filter that water and drink it. But in the meantime, I use it to water the garden through that pump, and goes into that sprayer system over there. But I just wanted to show you the rain catchment system. So anyway, that concludes the tour of the shed. If you've got any questions or want to see anything else, let me know. Thanks, guys. Thank you to my viewers and subscribers for your support. If you liked what you've watched, please consider donating to my Patreon campaign at www.patreon.com/LDSReliance. All donations will be used to help create bigger, better videos for your viewing pleasure.